Okay, so I just checked out of the hotel and I'm headed to do the last few miles of Illinois and cross into Iowa. Very exciting. So I have no food right now. I could have resupplied while I was here in town, but I found a Dollar General that is not far in Iowa, so maybe like 6 miles away or something like that. There's a Dollar General, so I figured I can just get food there instead of getting a ride to Walmart or to Dollar General. So, and yeah, I'm excited for this next stretch. Iowa is a big state to hike through. I think the ADT is like 500 miles in Iowa and in Nebraska as well. So I got like 1,000 miles to do to get to Colorado-ish, 1,000-ish miles. So in 400 feet, I'm gonna be ending this section. Here's a spider web. And I'll be crossing into Iowa. Exciting! Check it out, Mississippi River. All right, 9 feet, 6 feet, 4 feet. Woohoo! All right, that was the calmest woohoo I've ever given, but. All right, let me pull up Iowa 1. Okay, I just crossed into Iowa. It is official. Check it out. This is Iowa. Davenport, I believe. Davenport, Iowa. This whole area is, they call it the Quad Cities area. There's like 4 cities around here that kind of meet up. So it's exciting. Looking forward to what Iowa has to offer. I have no clue what to expect. Okay, so I'm at 16.4 miles, and which is not too bad considering it's a half day. I got started late, you know, checking out of the hotel and all that, and resupplying. I still have like an hour of daylight left, but I found such a nice spot. I cannot pass it up. Check it out. Right on the Mississippi River. I'll never forget this. I'll never forget camping here. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Happy to be here. Glad to be out on this stretch of Iowa. So I was looking for my tent outside and I saw something was kicking up sand on the beach. I was like, what could that be? And I got out and I came out here, and like right when I peeked my head up, I guess it heard me, and I see this thing with, I think it's probably a horseshoe crab. I see this like thing with a shell just sprint into the water, sprint like 20 feet from here to here into the water. It was really fast. It's funny, kind of cute. It is a hot day, but it just started sprinkling, so I am welcoming that. It's not too cloudy, but I'll take the cool down that this is offering. Very nice. Today has been a rough day. It's been rough. The heat, not just the heat, but the humidity. Oh my God, it's like the air is not moving at all, and my body can't get rid of all the heat. It's, oh, so uncomfortable. All right, so I found a little trail, and then I looked on Google Maps, satellite view, and saw it's a whole network of little trails like this, little wilderness trails. So I figured I'm gonna try to find a spot to camp at that's a little less obvious than back there. Hello. It's like 8:30. I'm tired as hell. I don't feel good either. I think I'm pretty deficient in some things. So I'm gonna go by Walgreens, pick up some vitamins and zinc, magnesium, what else? Potassium, some salt, because I'm just sweating out all the salt in my body. So I think I'm probably deficient on like everything. So as far as that stuff goes, vitamins and minerals. So I'm gonna try to get topped off on those and stay topped off on those. Fortunately, the Walgreens is just like less than a mile away, so I'm grateful for that because I'm feeling like booty hole. All right, so been feeling pretty terrible ever since yesterday. Kind of discovered or figured out that I'm super hyponatremic, and yesterday I got pretty dehydrated as well. I've noticed anytime I exert myself at all, that muscle starts cramping, whether it's other than walking. But if I'm sitting, like I was just sitting in a subway, I was sitting down, my legs being in the seated position started cramping. When I move my torso, it starts cramping. Use my hands for anything, they start cramping. There's a cheap hotel down here, down the street, fortunately. That's pure luck, by the way. So anyway, I'm gonna take care of myself today. It's not gonna do me any favors to, you know, hike until I pass out and have to get hospitalized. So might as well take good care of myself. Ooh, motorcycle. All right, I am nice and checked into my hotel. They let me check in early. They said 1 o'clock. They ended up getting me in here at 12. So thank you to Raleigh at the front desk, you guys. You were very sweet and kind to accommodate me. Anyway, I'm just so glad I came because I'm feeling like straight dump right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy. So I am trying this again. I left the hotel a little bit ago. I already hiked all this part before, but it's not too far before I get to where I turned around before. So far I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just gonna keep an eye on how I feel and just keep moving along. I'll take breaks as needed. Got some nice cloud cover today, so that helps a lot. At least right now I have cloud cover. But also, my friends from Instagram, Guy and Joan Locke, they let me get some packages sent to them, and they came out, or a guy came out and brought it to me at the hotel. So he brought me a reflective umbrella, which will help with the sun when that comes out. A lot of PCT hikers use that in the desert and any hot sections like that. So that'll help. That'll keep me like good 15 degrees cooler, hopefully. And also brought me my winter sleeping bag liner. So I was able to switch my sleeping bag out for that because it's so hot at night. My sleeping bag is just a sweat storm. So I sent that home. Now I'm going to be using my sleeping bag liner from here on until it gets cold again, or at least until I get up in the mountains in the Rockies. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself for missing a week. There's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, I'm just glad to be hiking and feeling much better. I feel grateful for that. Oh, and also another thing that Guy brought out to me that I had sent to them is a ukulele bass, which may sound awkward and weird, but it's amazing. I love it. I've been a bass player since I was 13 years old, so that's 20 years. Jeez. I went to school for it. It was my childhood dream to go to school for it. I never was able to. And after getting out of the Army, I found out they started this new thing called the post 9/11 GI Bill. So I ended up going to school for that, which was like my childhood dream, and it was amazing. And then like 5 years ago, I just stopped playing. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm not gonna go into it now, but like 5 years ago, I just stopped playing and haven't been inspired to play since. And then after getting the ukulele, it really inspired me and really made me want to take music a little more seriously, even while I'm hiking. So I ended up switching to a ukulele bass so I can play bass while I'm out here, because that's the instrument that I'm the most fluent on. That's the language that I speak most clearly in the musical language. So love it. It really helped keep me occupied in the hotel as well. I had it for the past 2 or 3 days while I was there. Really, I think it helped me feel better. I think I noticed improvement after I started playing bass. So anyway, I'm glad to have it with me. It'll bring a little bit of joy, a little bit of light into my darkest times out here. So thank you, Guy, for bringing that out to me. I really appreciate it. All right, so I just passed the point where I turned around before. So now it's all fresh terrain in front of me. How am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I don't feel great, to be honest. I don't feel dehydrated. I just feel I think I had a stomach virus. I think that's why I initially got dehydrated. Really bad diarrhea for days. So I think that might be what's still causing me to feel not totally well yet. I'm hoping to just power through that. But if I start feeling really bad, then, you know, I'm gonna listen to my body no matter what. So it is time to find somewhere to camp. It's not looking good though. Not a whole lot of options, so we'll see. We will see. Alright, I think I found a good spot. Right by the road. It's some trees. A little close to the road for comfort, but at least no one from the road can see me. So, alright. Good night. Alright, so this is the trail that I'm supposed to take. You see it's a little overgrown, so I'm not taking that. There's a road that runs parallel, so I'll be on that. By the way, this umbrella, this reflective umbrella, helps so much with the heat. It's crazy. Can't believe I didn't use one in the desert. In the PCT, I mean. I just suffered for no reason. Just for machismo, I guess. Just trying to be tough, prove something to myself. I don't know, but it was dumb. I should have used this in the desert like the whole way, but still got through it. All right, I just had a nice lunch and break here at Newt's Cafe in Nichols, Iowa, and got to wait out some of the heat, although it's pretty much just as hot as when I went in, but that's okay. Got to take a nice break from it. Anyway, like every day, no clue where I'm going to camp tonight, but I have a couple ideas. I have a last minute emergency backup, which is 15 miles away, but we'll see where I end up. No clue. All right, it is getting dark, and I am going to need a place to camp soon. I have an idea of where I'm going to go, and if that fails, I have a backup. That's like 5 miles further, and it's already getting dark, so it'll be a late night if that's the case, because there's not much in between here and there. Just farms and farms. Alright, so option A did not work out. That's option A. Way too dense brush, and there's only a few tall trees, which means it's going to be thick brush throughout that whole area. I've noticed that when there's like a wooded area with tall trees, the edge will look like it's super dense because the sun can hit the ground there, but once you go in a little bit, the trees, the canopy, prevents the sun from getting to the ground, so it's usually a little less dense under tall trees. But I don't have that here, so I'm gonna have to keep on going, looking for a plan B. I guess I have a plan B. Let's make that C. I have a plan C. Now I'm looking for a plan B on the way to C. I was hoping this bridge, under this bridge might work out, but I checked and not enough room under there. It's very overgrown too. Sometimes they are perfect, but not today. Across from this truck stop, a little wooded patch. That's the target. If it fails, there's an RV campground back here, like 200 feet. But I know they don't allow tents, so we'll be pushing it. Okay, so did not work out. Super overgrown all the way through. Not gonna work. So I'm thinking about checking out. Holy crap. You hear that? I think I woke up the birds. I don't know, I should probably just go to the campground. Alright, so I was wrong. They do offer tent camping. I'm gonna hit that up. Alright, so the campground worked out pretty well last night. I didn't have cash last night to put in the drop box, but they didn't mind me paying this morning with card, so it was a decent place. I was just happy to have anywhere to put my tent because that little patch of trees by the freeway over there didn't work out. Alright, so I just came through on a nice, well-maintained rail trail, and this is where it's trying to have me go. Way too overgrown. Way too overgrown. That's gonna be teak country. Plus further down it may be like blocked by being way too overgrown by like dense brush and all that. But right here even, I don't want to hike through that. That's like Tick City, so I guess I'm gonna have to bypass, which is really annoying. Alright, just got to the other side of the bypass. It was like 1 mile, not too bad. I'm hoping this actually works out and this isn't just like a little patch of someone's yard, but this should be the trail right there to the right. Yeah, looks decent enough. Alright, this stretch looks a little overgrown, but there is a path. A path that has been driven before. Still pretty overgrown, but let's hope it gets a little better. Alright, so I'm like a third of the way in to this little stretch between roads. And I just got to this super tall grass, totally overgrown, no trail here. Now I have to turn around, take the road, which will take even longer. This is really annoying, man. Anyway, that grass back there is like, looked like Jurassic Park Velociraptor grass. Pretty cool. But except for instead of raptors, there's ticks, which are even worse. Alright, so that vehicle is driving away right now. He stopped and he's like, he asked me how long I've been on the ADT, so he knew about it. And he mentioned that Michael, the Lion King, Daniel, he helped him out back in the day when he did the ADT. And that's who I watched a ton of his YouTube videos from his ADT journey. So it's pretty cool. He helped Lion King out and he just helped me out a little bit. Alright, so he just came back by and I asked if he had water on him, and he said if I waited here he'll go get me water. But anyway, this is the trail, and it's super overgrown right here. I mean, I could walk through this right here, not too bad, but I don't trust that it's going to be clear all the way through. So I don't feel like wasting my time anymore. I'm just going to bypass it, go around straight to Solon, Iowa. And he's going to be back in just a couple minutes with some water for me. So I can camp wherever. I can just camp here if I want, but I got more miles to do. So what are your names?
My name's Kyle Shookman.
Okay.
Sarah Bailey.
Sarah Bailey, all
And
right.
I can't tell you, but it was... I can't tell you the year, but
right.
the Lion King, Mike, was here, and that's what I was telling you earlier. He spent, I think it was in November. It was cold. And he spent the night. He was here at 9 o'clock at night, and it was cold.
You just camped over here.
I stuck him in that pasture. I'd let him stay at home, but he camped in pasture. And the next day, if you look up episode 17, he got breakfast, and we brought him breakfast. So, and now you're in the same position. I was like, we come down the hill. I was like, he's walking the trail. I know what he's doing.
Oh, he immediately. I'm seriously.
Yeah. What else am I doing?
He's walking the trail. And if you get into watching that episode 17 of him, he was mad because you're in an area where it's not marked and it's confused, and that's why I'm trying to steer you to Solon.
I've been mad this whole day because of that. Yeah. That was cool. Little piece of ADT history. The Lion King is the first person to do the entire ADT in 1 year. I think I don't know exactly how fast he did it, but definitely within a year, and maybe within one hiking season. But he's a beast. And when I say the whole ADT, I mean the northern route and the southern route in the same year. So the guy's a beast. If you want to check out his videos, I highly recommend his channel. You can see his adventure on the ADT. It's pretty cool. All right, change of plans. I was gonna go all the way to Solon. I just found this little cemetery. I hear a lot of people still camp at cemeteries, so I haven't tried it yet. But I do want to hide behind this tombstone before someone sees my bright back cover. Alright, good. This might be a good spot. It's not level, but it's hidden, very hidden. Huh. Okay, alright. I may want to wait a minute. Or not a minute, like an hour for it to get a little darker. It's early. It's like 7, but 7:11 to be precise. My only alternative is to hike until like 9:30 at night to get to the trail in Solon. Camp over there. Supposedly the trail over there is legit, so won't have to worry about overgrowth like crazy. But I don't want to hike until 9:30 at night. Last night I hiked till 11. Plus it'll probably end up being later. It'll probably end up being 10. So I think it's good to call it a day here. I mean, I did like, oh, lost my headphone. I did like 26.7 yesterday, and today I'm only at like 15.6, but that's fine. I should still really kind of take it easy on my body. I didn't want to do 26.7 yesterday, but that's just the way it worked out. I didn't have a choice after a certain point anyway, but this will be a good day. And then I can do 25 tomorrow, get in Cedar Rapids to see Guy and Joan Locke. The folks who brought me my reflective umbrella that Kiki sent me, and a couple other things too, including my U-base. So they're awesome. Good to go. Alright, I am in Solon, Iowa. Small little town. I should be getting to a well-maintained rail trail pretty soon. Very much looking forward to that. Alright, so I am on that rail trail now. I'm trying to loosen this thing. There we go. It was windy earlier. If I don't tighten it, it'll fly right off. So, as you can see, it is a nice little light gravel with small little bits of gravel, not the big chunky stuff, which I prefer. The chunky stuff hurts the bottom of my feet unless I'm wearing like thick boots. Now supposedly I'll be following this, or at least trails like this, all the way to Cedar Rapids, and I doubt I'll get there today, but I might get close enough for Guy and Joan to pick me up and then take me back in the morning to where I left off. But we'll see how the day unfolds. Alright, so I contacted Joan Locke a little bit ago and they are going to come pick me up pretty soon. I only have like 1.4 miles until I hit 20 for today, which is the minimum that I wanted to do. So I'll be happy with that. And they have a package for me at their house. And I'm gonna get showered, do some laundry, charge up, and I'll be on my way tomorrow. Good morning. So Guy dropped me off a little bit ago. I had a nice time with him and Joan, and they took me out to dinner, got some Mexican food. It was delicious. And I did laundry, I took a shower, and yeah, I'm all refreshed for today. So I'm gonna be heading through Cedar Rapids today. All right, this is officially Cedar Rapids. Check out this awesome ADT mural. That is a total surprise to me. I didn't even know this existed. I made it through most of Cedar Rapids so far, and there is a thunderstorm rolling in. At least that's how it appears on the weather app on my phone. Looks like it's blowing directly here. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, dog park. Like 2 dogs in there. Anyway, it looks like there's a bathroom up here. Maybe I'll hang out in there while this blows over, because it looks like pretty small storm on the radar. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so Guy and Joan are gonna pick me up one more time while I'm still in their area. Wow, it's so beautiful over there. Crazy. Good morning. Just got dropped off by Guy Locke, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, which is earlier than I've been getting started lately. So hoping to get some good mileage in today. Hopefully at least, definitely at least 20, but hopefully like at least 25. Okay, so it's almost the end of the day. It's like 8 o'clock, and I'm out of water completely. But there is a pub up here, at least it's on Google Maps, so I'm hoping it's open and I can go in and they will fill up my water for me. Alright, so the pub had water, and right when I walked in, someone asked me what I'm doing, and I told them, I told her, there's a couple, there's a lot of people in there. And they go, holy shit. And then other people overheard, and then it started spreading around the room, and you could just hear holy shit erupting all over the room. And just as probably like 20-25 people in there, and they were just all like asking me questions and like where I sleep at night and all kinds of stuff. So they were really nice too, very friendly. They offered me a beer, but I declined. It'll mess with my sleep, so. Plus, once I have one, I'll probably just, it was so fun in there, I'll probably just keep drinking, so. I don't want to do that. I want to get a nice spot while there's light, a little bit of light left, and I had a really good time talking to everyone in there. It was awesome. They were so nice and so encouraging and supportive. Okay, I just got to a great spot to camp. I'm gonna camp right here, and my main goal was just to have enough room for my tent so the stakes aren't in the bike path, because I really don't want to trip a cyclist or give them a flat or give them an effed up day. So this looks like plenty of space, and I had a good day. I'm at like 24, my watch says 24.3 I think, but I also forgot to press resume after several times I paused it, so I probably did at least a half mile on top of that. So I'd say I'm around 25 miles for the day, give or take a little bit. All right, here's a moment of truth. Come on. Oh, I'm not sure how helpful that is, but I'll try to work with it. Just about to finish second section of Iowa. There are 6 altogether. This one's only 60 miles, but it's been pretty. All right, almost there. 30 feet, 15 feet. Course complete. All right, just got 3 pulled up. We're on our way. We're going that way. That way. Do not pollute. Littering makes me crabby. Okay. One more. Put it up. Yeah. Woo. Awesome. Love it. All right, it's like 8:30. I just got to my stealth campsite. This is where I'm setting up. It's close to the bike trail, so it looks like a pretty good spot to me. And that's all. That's all, folks. Good night. Last night worked out just fine. I'm looking for a bathroom. Could have dug a hole, but grass is pretty nice over there. I didn't want to mess it up. And plus I'm so close to civilization, might as well use a real bathroom if I can. All right, it just started pouring. And I was just coming up on this town, I think it's called Reinhardt, something like that. And I saw this car wash over here. I was looking for cover because I don't have my rain pants on. And I just have an umbrella and then my pack cover to protect my base. But I saw this car wash and I was like, yes! Because it's been super on and off today. If it stays like this, I'll just put on my rain gear and keep going. But it's been raining for like 15 minutes. So then I'm like, oh, stop and take off my rain gear because then it's hot and I'm sweating. and then it'll start raining again, and I'm like, oh, I gotta put it back on again. It's really annoying, so I'm gonna wait this one out for at least probably 15-20 minutes. The rain let up pretty quick, probably like 10 minutes, and now it's partly cloudy. All right, so this cool area with this old, very disheveled train bridge is very overgrown, and just past the bridge you can see where the trail kind of runs dry, and it's just 100% overgrown, so I'm not trying to get covered in ticks. This, I can go around. There's a road that will run completely parallel in just a little bit, but right now it'll be running like kind of diagonal to this trail, but I'm gonna take that a little further up the road so I don't get covered in ticks, because F that, F Lyme disease and every other disease those things carry, and I don't trust permethrin that much. I've seen how little it does to keep mosquitoes away, and I don't trust it for ticks. Back on the actual trail. All right, so I'm all set up right here, and I am tired. Did 25 miles today, and I feel it in a good way though. Like, I'm gonna get some good sleep. So I'm gonna make some dinner and go to bed. Good night. All right, so could you tell people your name and what you're doing?
So my name is Nanine, and I have undertaken this crazy cross-country bike trip starting in Seattle and trying to follow the Great American Rail Trail to Washington, D.C. In the words of Jeff from the American Cycling Association in Missoula, there is no Great American Rail Trail, especially in the West. So it's been challenging, but I'm happy to be here now where there are a lot more rail trails and it's become a lot more pleasant. Also more people, so it's nice to meet you.
You too, yeah. And when are you hoping to finish?
Oh, I'm retired. I don't have
Taking
any
your time.
big timeline, so
right on.
hoping to be done, sometime in maybe August or.
Yeah, plenty of time with the weather. Like, you don't, I mean,
right,
you're not like hiking, so yeah.
It's not like hiking. Yeah. So I should be good.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
My pleasure. You too.
All right. This is going to be my campsite for the night. It's not much, but it's something. If I keep going, like if I get into town, the town of Conrad, which is like a half mile up or so, then there's going to be nowhere to camp for at least 10, maybe more miles. I checked the map and it's just farmlands, just these square lots of farm. Not even any wooded areas in those plots, because if there were, that would at least be a little hope. Maybe it'd be good enough to camp in, but nope. All right, good morning. I did not sleep well last night. I actually heard some people coming by, like I think probably teenagers, like around midnight probably, kind of loud, talking for a while. Then they rode by on their bikes with lights and stuff, and they were like, "There's a tent back there. Should we turn around?" And then they didn't turn around, which I'm glad they didn't. Like, what would you do? So today I'm hiking in my jammy pants. because my hiking pants ripped, and then they keep ripping more and more, and now look, the whole butt is exposed. Can you see that? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. No one likes that. I mean, whoever does like it, I don't want them to like it. Not out here. But they're actually keeping me pretty cool. They're thin, I'm feeling the wind blow through them, and they're not too bad. I'm kind of preferring them to these, honestly. It's weird, but they kind of are keeping me cool. I don't know. So I have new pants waiting for me in Maxwell, Iowa, and I should get there Wednesday. Today's Monday, so 2 days. Once I hit Des Moines, I'm going to take a few days off because it's 4th of July weekend, baby. I'm going to celebrate my freedom. And I'm gonna meet my dear friend Allie from Cincinnati, and we're gonna camp, we're gonna kayak, we're gonna hike, we're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be a good time. So we're gonna meet in the Quad Cities area, that's where I came into Iowa at, and have a good old time, and then I'll be back on my way. It'll be a little intermission for my trip, because as most of you know, I don't really get days off usually. I've taken a few, but usually my days off of hiking are spent working very hard on editing, or working on my journal, or getting caught up on everything else that I'm always behind on. So I'm going to take a few days. I'll do a little bit of work, but I'm not going to edit video. I draw the line there. Not on the 4th of July weekend. Alright, here's the end of section 3 of Iowa. And I'll be pulling up section 4 shortly. But I can hit right as I do this. There we go, course complete. Alright, so 25 miles done. I don't have a lot of great options for camping, but I do have this little spot here, and it's visible from the road, which isn't cool. I don't like that, but it's not super visible. Anyway, this looks like it's good enough for me. I don't think I'll have any issues here. You never know. But this looks like the best spot for me at this point. All right, good morning. It worked out last night. No one bothered me. There were quite a few people that saw me though. A bunch of people saw me setting up, and then several people have gone by this morning. An older man walked by just now, and I told him what I was doing. I was like, don't mind me, just hiking across America. It's hard to find a good spot to camp. And I said the same thing to a couple last night, and both the couple and the guy today were like, oh yeah, I bet, for sure. Like, no one cares. Of course, I've gone not even probably half mile, and I'm looking at down there, there's this perfectly mowed grass. It's like a little walking trail. Looks like very rarely used. Would have been perfect to camp down there. The ground's great. It's so annoying. It always happens like that. But the days where I push on and just hope that there'll be somewhere to camp, there's nothing. So, all right, so it looks like on the map, I'm gonna be going through some beautiful area, and this should be the start of it. Heart of Iowa Nature Trail. Alright, so I just got water from this baseball field over here. They had a spigot, and it's getting late, so I'm gonna finish the rest of these miles off, however many I can get in. I think I'll be in a relatively good position as far as the trail goes. Look, I think it should be mainly like this, you know, wooded on each side with farms beyond that on each side. But hopefully I'll keep getting little clearings like these off to the side, because that's all I need. There's a lot of little mosquitoes here, but they're not too bad. They're not biting through my clothes or anything. Alright, so I just actually saw what might be a spot over here, which would be out of view, which means the early cyclists, early morning, early risers, a little too swampy. I don't trust it. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Let's see. Might not be that bad. I don't know. But even this would do. This is dry. Oh. Alright, and it's off the trail, so, you know, cyclists probably won't see me. Forgot to say I did 26 miles today, which is pretty good. It's not my longest day of the stretch, but it's pretty good. I think yesterday was 25. I think like 25, 23, something like that. The past several days, so doing pretty good. Feeling pretty good too. Alright. I am leaving my somewhat stealthy campsite. More stealthy than the past few nights. Right now. And I'm heading towards the post office in Maxwell. Alright. My GoPro battery has been dead all day. All of them. For the most part. I think I got a little video at the beginning, but then it cut out. So I charged them. I have like no power left in my battery packs. Today's been good. Went to the post office, got my new pants, so now I'm not hiking in my jammies anymore, and they're great. They are comfortable, they're breathing well. I don't remember the brand, some Amazon brand. I'll put it up here. Anyway, a couple miles back, so interesting how the pitch changes as they go by. By the way, that's an Iowa thing apparently. I didn't know that, but Joan and Guy Locke told me that that's like an Iowa thing. People ride bikes and they blast their boombox. That's what they do. Hey there.
Howdy.
How you doing? Alright, so this whole time in Iowa, there's been nice green clearing on both sides of the trail, just fresh cut grass. And of course, when I bank on that for somewhere to camp, I get this thick gravel, which means I can't set up my tent there, not with my rainfly. Alright, just went through a little wall of brush and the edge of this cornfield. There's a little tiny bit of a clearing. This isn't much either, but at least it won't be seen while I'm setting up. I don't like this, dude. Don't like this crap. Alright, so last night was a success. That's where I slept. Ready to go. It's like 8:15, I think. Only got 25 more miles of this section, and I'll be in Des Moines. I'm close to the Des Moines area, getting close to the Des Moines area already. So tired, didn't sleep well, haven't been sleeping well past several nights. Been feeling like trash all day for the past like 4 or 5 days. Sucks, but I've been making good miles, so I'm grateful for that. This umbrella keeps me so much cooler than if I didn't have it. It's really crazy. I'm about to finish this 4th section of Iowa, 4 out of 6, which means I made it to Des Moines. And I was going to cross this bridge. Oh, there it is, okay. I was like, where's the path to get up? But I'm gonna take that bridge across. But I am out of food completely. So I'm gonna get something to eat, go camp somewhere. And then tomorrow I'll be taking a bus back to Davenport area to meet with my friend Allie for my little 4th of July weekend. If you're interested in donating to my fundraiser to support veteran suicide prevention, click the link in the description. 80% of all donations go to Warrior Expeditions, a nonprofit that introduces veterans to the world of long-distance adventuring. And 20% goes to Mission 22, a nonprofit that helps veterans in many different ways. And if you want to help support my hike across America, consider signing up for my Patreon. In return, you'll receive rewards such as early access to videos, access to my adventure journal, photo prints, and more. Thanks for watching. Take care.